One word review, this episode was fine. This was just fine. I won't say it was disappointing in a way, but it was not something as good as I was expecting it to be, and as such I'm just going to say that this episode was fine. So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ, my name is Soham and today we're going to talk about Boruto anime episode 203. But before that, if you're new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now the episode was fairly simple and the plot basically focuses upon Jigen entering into the Naruto household and trying to take back Kawaki and Naruto intervening in this particular process, and as a result of it, Naruto is now trapped in the new dimension of the Uzumaki clan members. So this is the basic plot of this episode. A couple of things, quite a lot of things were actually changed from the manga and I'm fine with it for the most part because the manga, as you all know, is not perfect by any means whatsoever. There are many points in the manga which are kind of dropped or not at all expanded upon, and therefore the anime is doing a very good job with expanding all of those smaller scenes. The biggest or the greatest example for me would be Mugino as well as the character of Boro. So for the most part, in this particular arc at least, I'm really liking the anime canon aspects, but this episode was a little disappointing. Again, I don't want to say this disappointing, but it was just not really that great or not really up to the mark in my opinion. So now the episode mostly begins with Kawaki looking for the last missing piece of the vessel, and this entire conversation between Kawaki and Naruto is really good, and here Naruto also acknowledges Kawaki as his very own son, as his another son, and even Kawaki refers here to why Boruto gets angry over Naruto because he does not really care about those smaller things, and this entire conversation was really well handled, and all of these things really take me back to one question since the very beginning of the Boruto series, that why did Kawaki betray Konoha? What exactly happened, dude? Again, I'm not gonna give any manga spoilers here, but these entire conversations, all of these conversations always take me back to that one question, because here Kawaki really respects Naruto, and that is shown throughout this entire episode when he literally screams to Jigen that don't you dare disrespect the Hokage. And on the other hand, while all of these things are happening, Boruto and Mitsuki are having their own training, but at this very moment, Boruto stumbles upon a branch of tree, and this is something very new for him. Since the day he became a shinobi, he has not really stumbled like this, and the reason is that the karma mark is evolving on his hand. Mitsuki is concerned out of this because this is not something which Boruto can do on his own, because even Boruto says that yes, this only happens when Kawaki is in front of him or something happens to Kawaki, because of which the karma kind of resonates. So because of this, Boruto hurries back to his home because he understands that something is wrong. Something definitely is wrong here. And while all of this is happening, the other children, the other newer generation children are sitting and playing cards. Now here, once again the scene is kind of expanded. In the manga, this was just Inojin and Shikadai, but here in the manga we can also get to see Team Iwabe, and Iwabe is playing against Shikadai here, and in the midst of all of this, we can also get to see a conversation about Kawaki, and here a very hilarious scene is added, and it is kind of intended at us, the fandom, and our wacky theory since the very beginning of the series, and here it literally shows Kawaki and Iwabe talking about each other. I mean, literally Iwabe is saying that he does not like Kawaki because of his arrogance and whatnot, and this is obviously a nod to the older theories about how Iwabe is actually a future version of Kawaki, yada yada, all of those theories from the early days of Boruto. But unfortunately enough, these kids kind of jinx the things because they're talking about how peaceful these times are, and just then shit is about to go down basically. So yeah, this was kind of hilarious. This entire scene was kind of hilarious. And there are multiple things actually happening at the very same time, because on the other hand we can also get to see Saada, who is coming to the shop of Ino, and she's buying flowers here, the flowers which Sakura had requested Ino for. Now here a lot of people are actually angry because the scene of Sakura is removed here. In the manga, both Sakura as well as Saada come to the shop of Ino, and here both of them were talking about Sasuke. Now I get it, I understand the hate here, because for a lot of people this was the Sasusaku moment that they were waiting for, but I'm kind of fine with it because the anime so far has done a really good job to display their love and affection for each other. We have had far better scenes involving both Sakura as well as Sasuke, which shows their relationship, which shows their love and compassion for each other. So I am okay with this, but instead of this particular scene, I have my problems over two other things which were kind of removed here. And you of course know what I'm talking about. The first one is in relation to the Byakugo seal. That concept and that plot point is totally removed from the anime. There is no mention of the Byakugo seal whatsoever here. It's kind of sad. I wanted to see that, but I guess it's just it. I've already talked about this in a separate video. You can watch it here. Links are in the description below. And the second thing is kind of more jarring in my opinion, because in the manga, again, I went back and read the manga, that is manga chapter 36 for this particular episode, and here Ino basically feels a presence, a very ominous presence, an ominous chakra, which is obviously in relation to Jigen. But this entire scenario in the manga was far better, because immediately when she senses this particular thing, she contacts Naruto. She's in direct contact with Naruto and she informs the situation to Naruto, and she is also in contact with the Konoha police, and as a result of it, the police is directed to the Hokage household. So all of these things are totally omitted here. I understand that maybe this was done because Konohamaru was here present on the scene, but this just is a missed opportunity in my opinion, because in the anime we literally get an episode dedicated to the sensory department of Konoha and how active they really are. So yeah, this is indeed a missed opportunity in my opinion, and both these things actually are really not good at all. But on the other hand, we get some extra anime only scenes which were pretty good in my opinion, especially in relation to the addition of Konohamaru here. Because Konohamaru and another shinobi, I really don't remember who this is. Maybe this was Udon, the teammate of Konohamaru, but I really don't remember and I don't want to check it up on wiki or anything like that. So yeah, if you all remember who this character is, just let me know in the comment section below. But both of these characters are here in front of the Hokage household, acting basically as security because they know that something bad might actually happen. And we also get to see glimpses of Kashin Koji as well, who is still hiding in his tower, and at this point, I mean literally every anime only fan has been able to guess that something is different about Kashin Koji. No manga spoilers whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure that everyone is able to understand that he has some different motives which are different from Jigen as well as the Kara organization as a whole, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But after all of this, Kawaki basically has a sensation in his arm, and out of nowhere basically Jigen appears right in the living room of Naruto. Now here, one particular line said by Jigen is obviously going to make him a fan favorite for literally every Asian household, and the fact here is that Jigen apologizes to Naruto for entering his household while he's wearing shoes. So yeah, we love a polite villain, thumbs up for that. Now, after all of this, we basically start with the shenanigans. The main fight of Jigen vs Naruto begins here, and Naruto is immediately stabbed by the chakra rods. And after some struggle, he uses the KCM mode to get rid of this chakra rods. And even Konohamaru jumps into the scene and tries to take down Jigen, but he is quickly defeated. Some of the action scenes here were really good, but for the most part, the animation was not really that spectacular this episode. I guess the next episode is definitely going to be much better because Studio Period is finally coming back, and this episode was not directly done by them, so I guess it's just fine once again. Moreover, there's a lot of back and forth between Kawaki and Jigen, and how Jigen wants to take back Kawaki and how he should step out of his rebellious phase, yada yada yada, all these kind of stuff. And even after all of this, Naruto says that no, you cannot take back Kawaki like this, he is just like my very own son. And to this, Kawaki finally unlocks his horn mode, and this was really awesome. This transformation, this semi-transformation rather, was really awesome, and I of course want to see more of this. This was good stuff. This was some really good stuff. Moreover, there is more back and forth between Naruto and Jigen, but Jigen finally decides to end it once and for all, and he's about to fire this huge attack. I'm not gonna say what this attack is, it's kind of like a manga spoiler, but at that very moment Kawaki gives himself up because he does not want to hurt the Hokage anymore, he does not want to hurt this village anymore, and therefore he offers himself up to Jigen. And at this, Jigen basically uses his teleportation jutsu to take Kawaki back, but Naruto pushes him back and he instead is teleported into this new dimension. And Jigen basically wanted to leave Naruto back in this particular dimension, but at the very last moment, before he's about to teleport away, Sasuke jumps into the scene and kicks Jigen back, and that is the ending of this episode. So overall, I'm just gonna say that it's fine. It's not really the greatest thing ever, and it's not really the worst thing ever. It's just fine. There was certain iffy stuff here which I really did not like, but for the most part it was fine, and I'm obviously looking forward to the next episode because the screenshot for the next episode looks absolutely gorgeous and I can't wait for it. Moreover, the animation here was, like I said before, fine. It's not the best thing ever, but the only thing which the Boruto anime has been consistently doing good is in relation to the special effects department. Once again here, the red aura looks intimidating and it's really gorgeous. And one final pet peeve of mine is in relation to this particular teleportation portal. It's kind of looking like red and black color and not really that effective or not really that impressive in my opinion. I guess maybe if they followed a more manga like look, it would have looked better, but it's just a pet peeve of mine. Don't really give much thoughts to it. And finally, one last plot point which is totally omitted from the anime, and it is kind of like a plot hole now, which is the dropped plot point of Urashiki. It's not even mentioned anywhere for that matter. I'm going to make a separate video talking about him, so stay tuned for that as well. I'm not going to talk more about him here in this particular episode. So anyway, this is episode 203 of the Boruto anime. What is your opinion about it? Personally, I would maybe give it a 3 out of 5 rating. Just that's it, nothing more than that. So anyway, that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Also, please do join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features, and also join our Discord server as well. We have a lot of discussions in relation to anime, manga, and more. With that being said guys, this is Wonder WhyZ, and I'll see you soon in the next one.